Little 8-year-old Josie Nunez had been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. Doctors said she only had a few days to live. But the Nunez family was headed for an unexpected date with destiny.
We were like, what are we gonna do? I mean, here we are. It was just, where do you start? What do you do? And so I just was going down to the health food store, and I said, look, I was gonna say, I just need anything you can give me. And my friend Laura called while I was in the car.
And I said, you know what, step out of your box. The first time, you were being airlifted and massive and confusion and panic and fear. I said, but this time you have a chance to step back and make a decision and look at so many opportunities that are out there.
Laura recommended that Julie call Dr. Bernardo Maielka, a naturopathic doctor specializing in alternative cancer treatments.
I first met Dr. Bernardo about 15, 16 years ago, and my husband's family had known him for many years. The relationship went way back when my father-in-law ended up having cancer and was determined to go a natural route and not have radiation and chemo and things for himself. And from then on, he was our family doctor.
And I said, well, I'm on my way to the health food store right now, and I'm hysterical, and I'm driving. I said, you need to call Ben. Can you call Ben and tell him? She goes, yeah, I'm gonna call him right now.
I got the phone call. She told me to call Dr. Bernardo, gave his phone number. I called him immediately. Very gruff old man on the other end.
I've been practicing for 58 years. I specialize in stage 4 cancer patients. So I get the cases that nobody wants or they're impossible.
What struck me most about Dr. Bernardo was his passion, his soul. He was a beautiful human being.
When they come to me, they've had chemo, they've had radiation, and basically they sent them home to die. She had a brain tumor, they gave her chemo, radiation, and after that, she couldn't even walk.
Dr. Bernardo took over the case.
He wanted all the facts. What did she have in the beginning? What kind of surgeries did she have? What did the MRIs reveal? How much chemo has she had? How much radiation has she had? What does she weigh? Does she have a feeding tube? All of these things. And test her pH.
All the patients that I have throughout the world, first thing they do, wet their tongue with saliva, put the paper in for 5 seconds, compare it to the chart.
So we tested the pH, and it was very, very low. Didn't even register on the pH strips. You know, she's dying of acidosis, not cancer.
Josie's mother is now very educated. She saw a part of the system of keeping Josie alive was alkalinity. You must make the body inhospitable to the cancer cells, and simply by going on the right foods and using some substances that will help the body eat out the acid, the patient gets better.
How can I tell people that they're getting better? Because the pH goes up. Most of them are 5 or 5.5. As it goes up, lactic acid is going down, which means cancer activity is going down.
Cancer thrives in acidity. Alkalinity is the way to survive.
Dr. Bernardo laid out a treatment plan so simple that it didn't seem plausible.
I said, you gotta take care of the nutrition. You gotta give them fresh juices.
The reason? Most fruits and vegetables are alkalinizing to the body, and cancer does not like an alkaline environment. At the same time, the juicing would flood Josie's body with nutrients it desperately needed.
The body repairs itself, but you gotta give it the stuff that you need. Most doctors have no idea that nutrition has anything to do with cancer.
Never vomited any of that stuff up, which is amazing, because all the other stuff that she got, the Pediasure, all these other things that were full of nutrients for her survival, she couldn't keep them down.
Josie was certainly not thrilled about this process.
You know, we had to sit down and explain to her, listen, it's either this is better than chemo. Is this better than chemo? You're sitting here in your own living room. You're watching TV, you know, is this better? And she agreed. She goes, yeah, you know, it is better. It took her a little bit to get it in her head that this is our only option. It's either this or die. That's a very difficult thing to have to tell your child.
But the thing with Josie is she had a will to live. So even though she fought her mom, Josie had such a will. And Julie and Ben did for their daughter.
After a while, I kind of got used to it, and there were more things I could eat or I could open up to.
Now, When we went into this whole thing, you know, her pH, we were testing her pH. He said, if you're feeding her something and you notice that her pH drops, take it out.
We had to test my pH every morning. I couldn't drink any water.
Slowly her pH started coming up. Of course, we didn't know in the beginning. We were like testing it every day going, you know, nothing's happening. And he said, that's okay, just keep doing it, keep doing it. I mean, her body has been sick for this long. You guys have been through so much, and all this time with the chemo and the radiation, her body has to get that out.
As the cells die off, the toxins are what kill the patient. And so the juicing not only gives nutrition, but also allows the body to become more alkaline. That
I started drinking the juices, I really started feeling better. And it was much better than that yucky chemo.
When we brought her home from the hospital, and this whole time, while she's going through radiation, she's in a wheelchair. After we started doing the juicing and this plan, slowly but surely, she started walking around, and we'd walk laps around our house. And some friends of ours gave us the Wii for her. Well, she was playing tennis, leaning on the couch, but eventually she was off the couch, physical, back and forth, walking around the block. Amazing. And then she started gaining weight.
Then, a few months later, we went back to the hospital, and I had another MRI.
We had a very calm feeling about it. I mean, we really did. We had a lot of confidence going into it. Our doctor walked in and said that it had actually shrunk by 75%.
The doctor was like, oh, how are you doing that?
It was like a weight had been lifted. We're on the right track. We're doing it. We believe it. We totally believe in this, and we're going to continue to do it until this is gone.
On the brink of death from brain cancer, 8-year-old Josie Nunez was in need of a miracle. Her parents found it in a naturopathic doctor who prescribed treating Josie's terminal cancer with organic fruits and vegetable juices. The juicing regimen was working, and Josie was on the road to recovery.
After all that, we were really on cloud nine. We were so excited.
She's been totally tumor and cancer-free. She's in total remission. She's been doing so well.
This child was given up by conventional medicine. Nothing more they could do. She was a goner. She had brain cancer. Dr. Bernardo took over the case. They complied with his requests, with the diet, nutrition, and supplementation. The child's alive.
Josie's funny. She's got a good sense of humor. And through this, I've always said she's my hero. She kept me going. She did. She really did. She called the doctors. She said to me, she goes, these doctors, they're hideous, evil minions. They've got an evil plan. I know what their evil plan is, but they're not going to carry it out on me. And I said, hideous, evil minions, I'm going to have to go look that up. You know, where did she get this stuff?
Dr. Bernardo gave my family hope and peace. You know, he said, your daughter's going to live just as long as you do this diet.
Josie has a great future ahead of her, but I think the most important thing is remembering always that keeping her pH up and doing the alkaline diets and the things are going to be a way of life for her.
First person I called was Dr. Bernardo. He got very emotional. He started crying, and I was crying. I was so happy. He was very happy, and he went on to tell me, he says, you know, you're the first one to call me with great news right off the bat. You have no idea the payoff and how good that makes me feel.
To have Josie back in our lives is the greatest, most awesome gift that we could ever have been given, beyond having her given to us at birth. It's like we've been given a second chance at life. She's an awesome little inspiration to everybody. It's the best feeling a mom could ever have.
Josie Nunez's recovery is an amazing story of determination, discovery, and ultimate triumph. Today, Josie is active in the Girl Scouts, and she enjoys writing. She hopes to someday be an actor, comedian, or both. She embraces each new day, never taking her good health for granted, and she continues to be 100% cancer-free. The human body has an amazing ability to heal itself, and few stories illustrate this better than Josie's. To learn more about Josie Nunez, visit our website. I'm Jewel. Join us next time for another remarkable story of personal triumph on the Incurables.